From the Mapleview Animal Hospital studios, this is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Friday, June the 12th. And Friday mornings at this time, we travel Michigan with Pure Michigan's Dave Lorenz. Back in the haunts after on the road last week. He joins us via the Zoom connection. What has thou wrought since we started these a little more than 2 months ago, David? I'll tell you that.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what happened last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then one last report on Monday is that these protocols, these recommended protocols that 350 plus travel industry experts from around the state have been developing to make sure that we can get everybody back to work, back traveling, make sure residents and businesses are all safe. All that work has been done. It's been turned into the administration. All those plans are going through vetting process right now, and we're hopeful that the governor's office will be able to accept many of the suggested protocols. There'll be some that they won't be able to because they know things we don't know. And but that's the next stage of us being able to get to the point where we're opening up more of the travel industry. And as that happens, believe me, the more we're traveling, the more we're able to do things that we love to do, we're going to feel a lot better about life. And we're going to feel like things are getting back to normal. And I can't wait for that day.
Now, I will need to ask you this, though, David, about the fact that the restrictions for travel into Canada and from Canada is going to be extended, I'm afraid, for another 6 weeks or so.
I didn't hear the date yet. That's a sad thing to hear. It's really a shame because I know that, our Canadian friends, they're really looking forward to coming into Michigan. I just had some conversations yesterday with some folks in Ontario. So I'm sorry to hear that. But, there are reasons why all this is happening. We're trying to keep everybody as safe as possible. I have to tell you, I went to a restaurant last night with my wife. I was so excited about going to an evening restaurant together and sitting down inside. This restaurant had done a really good job to make sure we're socially distanced. We had all the protocols in place that had been developed earlier where we were able to walk in one direction, get to our table. We were far away from others. It's all beautiful. But as I watched people come in, this is a Mexican restaurant, as I watched people come in to pick up their to-go orders, 1 out of 12 parties that came in, 1 had a face mask. And, we're not asking for a lot. The science proves it, that if we wear face masks indoors, at least until we get seated at a restaurant, then you can take it off. But if we wear them indoors, the chances of passing this disease are minimized. And, that and hygiene and social distancing, if we all do our part, we can get through this thing. But you know what? The governor's concerned about this. We're all concerned that if we don't do our part, we're going to backslide. And before you know it, chance of us to have more of a lockdown. We don't want to do that. So I'm really hoping that people get beyond this. They wear a face mask. It's not a big deal.
Now, is there a number of restaurants that have now opened? I believe you have access through Michigan.org or perhaps through the Facebook page for where people can eat and where can they not eat and where they can eat outside.
Yeah, I'm so excited about Michigan Restaurant Lodging Association and their website, mrla.org. They're providing more and more information about restaurants that are opening up all around the state. I was really thrilled to see that the State Liquor Commission had changed the rules to allow restaurants with liquor licenses that allow for outdoor sales are now going to be, these restaurants, because of the rulings, are now going to be able to sell, beer and such, wine, at the restaurants that are kind of expanding their outdoor presence. So I was looking at the list today. Detroit, for instance, they've relaxed all their rules. Still 50% capacity indoors like everywhere else. But on outdoors, they're opening up some parking spaces, some sidewalks. They actually have like restaurant recovery zones where they've kind of blocked out some of the street to allow for more outdoor dining. It's a smart idea. Ann Arbor, as of today at 2 o'clock, in fact, such a foodie town, they're opening up Fridays at 2 until Sunday evenings for pedestrian-only streets here and there, some of the main streets. And I think Maynard Street's going to be open for restaurant-only seating and pedestrians like all throughout this period. Traverse City, they have 2 blocks of Front Street that's pedestrian-only, and State Street is going to go 2-way for driving, and that's starting on the 24th. Grand Rapids has social zones, so it's all starting. Grand Haven, for instance, they have blocked off certain areas, so has Muskegon. How's Holland doing? Are they making any adjustments yet?
Yes, they have. They've made adjustments for into 8th Street, but they are not blocking off 8th Street. But they are allowing restaurants to and eating establishments to go to the parking spots in front. And Zeeland is considering similar as well. Saugatuck has also discussed that as well. A couple of more things, David, and then we'll let you go. First of all, your associate, we've heard from him in previous Travel Michigan segments. Odie McKinley sent out a release saying that Michigan has jumped 19 places as a top state to do business in the Chief Executive Magazine's 16th annual Best and Worst States for Business. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Great to see this. We've all been working for years to provide a better working climate, a better business climate, because it's not all about taxes, by the way. It's about the services that are provided for businesses. It's about the lifestyle that's available in their locations. So these rankings that come out, they really make a difference on businesses deciding whether to stay or whether to move to a place. So whenever you get a high ranking like this, it's amazing how it catches the attention of business owners, the C-level executives who are perhaps looking to expand. And so when they see a state like Michigan make such a big jump, it's a very good sign for business. And that's what we're all about, trying to create more business opportunities, more job opportunities throughout the state.
The final thing I wanted to bring up today, and I was going to talk a little bit about concerns over events and their futures. We talked a little bit about the Tulip Time Festival needing to raise $1 million to stay viable and continue on. Art Prize canceling for 2020, and they're going to make suspending operations, determining what their future is. There's some talk. Well, I know probably not legitimate talk, but there's always scuttlebutt about the Coast Guard Festival. What's the future of that? But I don't want to get into that. We'll save that for another time, David. I just got this press release from our friends up in Mackinac City.
Oh, yeah.
Starline Ferry is going to sponsor the first Great Lakes Pirate Festival on June 20 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Mackinac City Boat Dock. And they're going to have the Good Fortune pirate ship. The kickoff event will be preceded by a week-long series of videos on Starline's social media pages beginning this coming Monday, the 15th, complete with award-winning authors virtually reading their own pirate-themed books. So, with all these cancellation of events, I needed to bring this up to you about the Great Lakes Pirate Festival next weekend.
Are you ready for a pirate festival in Mackinac City? Yeah, so the thing is, they've moved the pirate ship, which was operating last year in Munising, as part of the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore boat operation. So they've moved that ship to Mackinac City. It's going to be operating there, and now they have this little festival they're going to do as well. It'll be socially distanced. It'll be a little strange, of course, because of all these needs to adjust. But it's good to see some events have found a way to make it happen and to be safe and all. So wish them the very best. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And we should note, Mackinac Island is fully underway. They have been having some challenges encouraging people to act appropriately, not to walk shoulder to shoulder and all that. There's plenty of space there. People just need to spread out a little bit. Let's hope we do that everywhere, because we can't afford to backslide here. We need to work together. We are two peninsulas, but we're one pure Michigan. The more we think of others and come together, the better we're going to be.
He is Dave Lorenz. He joins us every Friday, or most Fridays, to talk about travel with our Travel Michigan segment. He's the Vice President of Pure Michigan. You, of course, as Tim Allen would say, your trip begins at michigan.org. And, of course, like Pure Michigan as well on Facebook, and you'll be able to keep up with what is going on in the travel seen across the state. Dave, as always, we appreciate your time. Look forward to chatting with you again next week.
Same here. See you then.
Thank you very much, Dave Lorenz on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.